Hello, spooky friends. Today I will be giving you 10 books that I want to read this autumn. My name is Lexi and welcome back to my channel, and I'm very happy because of course I've got my candle burning, I've got some nice hot coffee in my hands. It's finally getting a little bit crisp outside. It's just a good time overall, you know what I'm saying? So every single autumn or fall, I like to tell you guys books that I'm really excited about and books that I really want to get to. So without further ado, I guess let's just go ahead and jump straight into it with book number 1. This fall, I really want to read more Gothic literature, and I'd like to start with Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I have heard excellent things about this. Rebecca is about this unnamed narrator, and she marries this mysterious man, and they go to his manor, and his ex-wife's name was Rebecca, but Rebecca died, and this narrator believes that she is being haunted possibly by the ghost of Rebecca. And it's supposed to be a Gothic ghost story / romance. I mean, I kind of feel like this is gonna be my new favorite, right? It sounds really good. So I'm very excited for this one. Next up is The Shining by Stephen King. And actually, just like I want to read a lot more Gothic literature, I also want to dip my toes into more Stephen King. / any Stephen. I've never read a Stephen King before, so I am nervous, but I'm also very, very excited. I've never read The Shining. This is the one that I decided to pick up to talk to you guys about. I feel like everyone knows what this is about, including myself, but I've never seen the movie either because I am a chicken. But like maybe not anymore because I'm really into thrillers, so who knows. This, however, is about a man who goes to, I think, basically take care of a hotel in their off season in the dead of winter with his family. And I believe he begins to hallucinate or lose his mind or something. I don't know, maybe he's haunted. I actually don't fully know the premise, and I'm intentionally keeping it that way. I'm really hoping for a ghost story, but I don't know what to expect with this. I'm really, really excited though, so, okay. The next book is a book that I feel like I have mentioned on a couple TBRs and in a couple videos, and that is Ruth Ware's The Death of Mrs. Westaway. And I keep talking about this because the premise sounds bomb.com, you know? So this is about a woman, I think, named Hal, and Hal is accidentally mistaken, I think, for Mrs. Westaway's granddaughter, and she's invited to the hearing of a will where she's supposed to inherit a lot of money. But Hal isn't supposed to inherit this money because that's not her real grandmother. However, she is financially struggling and she decides, why the heck not? And she decides to go and try to fake it until she makes it. However, while she is there pretending to be this woman's granddaughter, weird stuff starts to happen. And I love that. The next book I really want to read is If We Were Villains, and this is by M.L. Rio. And I've been wanting to read this book for quite a while, mostly because it's supposed to be peak dark academia, and I am all about that dark academia life right now. So this is one that I really, really want to get to. This is about a group of friends who are all studying theater at a university, and I believe that one of them is murdered, and one of the friends has been framed for the murder, and he's just gotten out of jail, and he is sitting down and talking to the detective of this case and explaining what really happened. And it sounds amazing. I actually love books with themes of like Shakespeare or books within books. I think this is gonna be really, really cool. And I love those dark academia vibes right now, so this is really high on my list. The next book on my list is one that I don't have physically, and that is because it has not been released yet, and that is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by Victoria Schwab. So this is a book where I feel like I've talked about the premise a couple of times, but I don't really know the premise, so that is my disclaimer. But apparently it is about a woman named Addie LaRue, and I believe that this is in the past, or it takes place in the past at first in France, and she makes a deal with the devil so that she will live forever. But I think that the twist is that every single time she meets someone, they forget her, and so she's kind of living a cursed life until one day she meets somebody who actually remembers her, and it changes everything. I have heard insanely good reviews about this book, and it's making me really, really excited for it. I love Victoria Schwab as a writer and as an author. Like, I really look up to her and her writing craft a lot, and I really want to read this, you know? So I'm very, very, very excited for it. It is adult. I think like dark fantasy, and I mean perfect. Perfect for the fall. The next book I have is also by Victoria Schwab, and this is a YA novel, and it's called This Savage Song. I know nothing about this except that it is a YA novel, and it involves a friendship, and it also involves monsters. Monsters! Of course I'm gonna pick this book up. I am so in the mood for spooky monsters. I've heard that this is really, really good. I've heard that the friendship in here is really excellent, but above that, I don't know anything. What if this isn't about monsters? Wouldn't that be sad? No, it is. It says there's no such thing as safe in a city full of monsters. I mean, come on. Like, everyone wants to read about monsters, right? No? Just me? Okay. The next book I really want to read is another book that I don't have with me, and that's because it hasn't released yet at the time that I'm filming this, and that is A Deadly Education, and this is by Naomi Novik. The premise of this one sounds so incredibly intriguing that I have no words, and that is because it is about a magical school for adults. I am so thrilled for this one for so many reasons. First of all, it kind of sounds like dark academia, but with a twist. The twist being that there is magic. That's right. If it wasn't cool enough already with the dark academia, we're adding a little magic to the mix, and let me tell you, I'm very excited. So this is about a school where all of the students are really gifted and they are learning magic, but failure means death. And I think our main protagonist is trying to unlock the secrets of this very mysterious and magical school. I know that it is going to be a series, and I absolutely love Naomi Novik's writing. I love spinning silver, so I am very excited for this adult fantasy. Next up, I would like to read this entire series, and that is The Raven Boys or The Raven Cycle series by Maggie Stiefvater. I read this first book 2 years ago, and I wasn't as invested in it, but that is because I don't think I connected to the narrator because I was listening to this on audio. I've actually heard a lot of people have said that it's hard to connect to this book with the narrator because the narrator does specific accents that don't really match like the way a lot of people have imagined the characters. And I definitely felt that because when I was listening, I wasn't as invested in the characters. So I think what I'm gonna do is actually reread this book and then try to read the entire series. I think I'm really gonna love it. And the first time I read it, it wasn't bad. It was like a 4-star, but I really think that it will be rated higher the second time around that I read it. This is about a girl named Blue, and Blue lives with a family of psychics, and she has this prediction or prophecy set on her that the first person she kisses and falls in love with, I think, will die. And then we bring in a bunch of really handsome and attractive boys, and I guess that's the plot. No, there's more to it. There's also this kind of magical underlying plot. One of the main boys, Gansey, is actually looking for this very magical kind of, it's like a magic system in their town, and I won't go further than that. And he's looking for evidence of it, and he asks Blue to help. And it's just about Blue and these boys looking for magic in this sleepy town. It really is going to be perfect for this fall. And then the last book that I have here is The Rattled Bones, and this is by S.M. Parker. So this is about a girl named Ryla Bray, and Ryla Bray keeps seeing the words "find me" everywhere. She thinks that she is being haunted, and she decides to investigate and try to figure out who is sending her this message. So it's a ghost story, but it also takes place in a small coastal town in Maine. And honestly, I absolutely love stories set in New England around the spooky season. I feel like the New England coastline kind of makes everything seem even cozier, even more spooky, and I have really high hopes for this book. I think it's gonna be fantastic. But also, I just love haunted house stories and ghost stories around this time of year. I don't know why, but they make me feel really cozy. They make me feel a little bit scared, but not too scared. So I think this is gonna be really, really fun, and I can't wait to read it. Oh, and then I forgot this one. The final book is going to be Hollowpox, I believe, and this is by Jessica Townsend. This is a middle grade, and it's part of one of my very favorite middle grade series of all time, and that is the Nevermoor Trials series, and I love that series so much. I've actually read Nevermoor and Wondersmith multiple times each. I think they are phenomenal, some of the best middle grade out on the market right now, and Jessica Townsend is a genius. genius. I won't tell you what Hollowpox is about just because it is the third in a series, but Nevermoor is about a little girl named Morgan Crow who is cursed to die on her birthday, but she is rescued by a man named Jupiter North who swoops in from the sky and takes her to a magical place and enters her in these trials where basically if she wins, she gets to be part of a magical secret society. And it's amazing. It's absolutely fantastic. I feel like the whimsy vibes in that book and in that series are off the charts. So if you're interested in something that's really magical, really cozy, I just highly recommend that entire series for this time of year. I really don't think that you can go wrong with that. But there you have it, you guys. Those are all of the books that I really want to read this autumn, and I am so excited for it. I always get really excited for this time of year, for all the cozy vibes and for all of the spooky vibes. Are you planning on reading any cozy books this year? If you have any, please let me know down in the description. I might add a couple to my Goodreads page because I'm always down for some spooky and cozy book recommendations. But yeah, that is it. So I guess until next time, book lovers, keep your head in the clouds and your heart in a book, and I will talk to you very soon. Stay spooky.